Hello, Answerly viewers! So last week we talked about some things that you can do if your favorite ship sinks, but here's another question. What do you do if your ship sails? That seems like a silly question, I know, because the obvious answer is celebrate. But there are a few factors to consider here. What if your ship sails, but not in the way that you wanted it to? What if seeing your favorite pairing together in a canon setting turns out to be boring or not what you'd expected it to be? What if it was all in the chase? Let's talk about it. 1. Think of it more as validation. If your ship sails, good for you. But what if that ship was Jim and Pam? What if all they do now is talk about their daughter Cece? No one cares about Cece. We want the will they, won't they back. Remember, there's no rule saying that you can't just continue to pretend that these characters are just on the brink of getting together for as long as you want, because that's when it's the most fun. 2. Keep your imagination alive. If you always fantasize that your favorite characters would get together on a pirate ship, lost at sea, in the middle of a sword fight, under both a full moon and a firework display, and they end up just kissing in a parking lot, I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record here, but you always have fanfiction. Yes, we should respect the author's ideas and always count their story as the real one, but there is no rule saying that we can't write our own ending or our own get-together story and put it on the internet for the world to see. If you would have preferred that your favorite characters got together in a different way, write your own alternate ending story and put it online. 3. Don't be a jerk. Even if you're not happy with the way things played out, you still won. This goes without saying, but don't gloat all over the internet. You can still gloat a little bit, but don't spam the forums and groups of the opposing ships. They're going through a rough time right now, and you're just gonna make it worse. 4. Happily ever after? Maybe you aren't unhappy with the way things played out. Maybe everything happened exactly the way you wanted it to, and you're totally happy and satisfied, but now the story's over and there's nothing left to debate or theorize about, so you're kinda sad. That can be just as tough. At this point, the really exciting thing to think about is that it might be time to throw yourself into a new fandom. You'll always have the fanfics of old to revisit when you're feeling nostalgic, or there's always rereads. I love a good reread or rewatch. Which of your ships did sail? Were you satisfied? Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, it's game over. There are, of course, those of us who are happy to ship totally far-fetched couples knowing that that will probably never happen in real life. But for those of you who were dying for some canon validation and all you got dealt was a big fat losing hand, here are some tips.